Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It's time once again for the Midweek War. I am Mad Mike, and I am actually not as mad as I thought I would be even talking about this show because I saw a movie that I rather enjoyed. But someone who I have a feeling is going to be quite furious for this entire podcast is the voice of Inspire Pro Wrestling, Eamon Paton. How are you?
Mike, I can't. I literally can't anymore with this show.
Oh, man. All right. Eamon, dare I ask what your word is?
Fuck. Fuck, man.
All right. My word is going to be piano. My word is going.
It's not going to be baby?
Nope. It is going to be piano. I assumed your word would either be prop and or baby or hashtag prop baby.
I'm about to get real angry.
All right, Eamon. Let's save the rage for a little bit. What was your good this week? Did you have one?
I'm going to be honest. This is probably the worst Impact in a while, in my opinion.
Okay.
You know what? My good for this week goes to Cherry Bomb. It goes to Allie. Because at least she tried to play a character and stick to that character. She looked like she put some effort into what she was doing. That's my only good. That's my only good in this whole fucking rigmarole of a fucking show.
Okay. My good this week is going to go to Ethan Carter. Because as it should. Ethan was put in charge of the show, and while not everything he did necessarily made sense, it was nice to see an actual authority figure on TNA as opposed to, hey, let's just have a match.
I'm sorry. Wait. We've got like 3. I know it's
no, but we've never had one established one. It's always like an authority person by committee.
But it's still 3 people. It's still Dixie Carter and Billy Corgan running the show.
They didn't have anything to do with it. This was all Ethan. Here's
my thing. This show made me do something that I never thought was possible. It made me hate EC3.
Really?
I did not like him this week at all. Because it doesn't make any sense.
Oh, you mean him being put in charge?
Why was he put in charge?
Oh, yeah. No, that makes 0 sense. But I'm attributing that to Dixie Carter.
But okay, because I got notes later on. But here's the thing. I actually liked Ethan more on Twitter, live tweeting about the show, than I did any of his segments on the actual.
Oh, yeah. Was I not clear? That's what I meant.
Okay.
I apologize. I should have. EC3 on the show was, fine, standard fare. EC3 on Twitter was amazing.
I was very down on him that episode, in my opinion. And I read that tweet he posted about how, sorry guys, there's no X Division segment this week because I heard everybody hated Flippy stuff. So here's Mahabali Shira. That was my favorite tweet.
I didn't see that one.
That was really great.
Oh, fuck.
The actual product on the show. And something about his promos were always just, all of them were just off to me. They weren't, super, witty or funny.
Okay.
I usually like him. And like I said, TNA has done this to me. This is the worst crime. They have made me not like what EC3 has put forward.
That's just Eamon, I'm sorry for you. I'm sorry. All right. Well,
I think
Eamon.
Let me guess. We got a shared bad.
No, actually. The only reason we don't have a shared bad is because what happened on Twitter after I watched the show.
But it's no.
That it doesn't negate it. It doesn't negate it. Not at all. there are other bad things on the show.
Or
Let's be fair. There are other bad things on the show.
Okay, then do your bad first, because then I'll get to the bad that everybody knows we are going to be talking about on this week's show.
Mm-hmm.
So,
yeah, you know what? We'll even jump over your bad and do our changes too.
Sure.
And then we'll just get.
It needs its own. It needs its own little nice little.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. My bad this week is Decay losing like fucking chumps to Drew Galloway. Like chumps. Like, oh God, just fucking hell. Like, they wouldn't even let Bram lose clean. But Decay goes down like fucking chump stains? No, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. That doesn't fly with me. That doesn't fly. Like, why should the bromans even be scared of Decay at this point? Like, nothing in their tag division, and I say that loosely because there's 2 teams, makes sense. Nothing.
I don't disagree at all. You're 100% right. Like,
yeah, I mean, give Galloway someone else to fight.
There's so many other people you could put him against.
There are, or even just Abyss by himself, and maybe the bromans distract Abyss.
You know who you put him up against? Even if you want to do like a handicap match, put him up against the fucking X Division guys.
Yeah,
put him up against Trevor Lee and Andrew Everett and Gregory Helms.
Mm-hmm. Because that way, but even then, still, it's another champion losing.
But still, like it's
here's what you do.
It's not fucking monsters.
You put the bromans in the tag team match against Trevor Lee and Andrew Everett, and you give Galloway
Spud and
Tyrus.
Yeah, it's this whole fucking show. But yeah, and what would be your change? Because my change is going to be a list of notes that I did.
Okay. My change this week is somehow retroactively go back in time and put the Knockouts title on Gail.
Might as well.
Because Jade was an afterthought.
Because all they're going to do is talk about Gail.
Yep. And Gail and Maria have a match for Slammiversary. Jade, as far as I know, does not have a match, and she's the goddamn champion. I mean, I don't know. Is Slammiversary next week? Are we at that point already?
No, I realized, because I was about to say this was the worst go-home show I've ever seen, but it's actually not their go-home.
Yeah, I thought so. I thought there was one more.
I saw they said it was like 12 days or whatever, and I'm like, God damn it, there's another fucking week of this shit. God.
Oh, no, wait. No, just one more. Just one more, because Slammiversary is actually on a Sunday this year.
Yeah.
Okay. By the way, this is a quick programming note. We don't know if we're going to be watching Slammiversary. We are sure as fuck not going to pay for it.
I'll get into it. My ending thoughts. Yeah, I'll get into it.
Okay, all right. Was there anything else you wanted to talk about before we dive into your bad and then your notes?
I was going to say my notes have nothing to do with the bad that we want to talk about.
Okay, well, let's do your notes first, and then we'll get
everything,
into the huge segment.
Everything other than that. Okay, so in the opening segment, I noted EC3 tells Maria leaders don't put their hands on their employees. EC3 then threatens to beat up Mike Bennett.
Threatens, though. He didn't.
Oh, fucking hell. So then we get the next segment, and they cut to Lashley and Drew Galloway cutting their promos. And I just noted the mop and bucket are still on the stage.
Yep.
For the Galloway Lashley segment. Nobody took it away.
Technically Bennett was supposed to take it away. Like EC3 even said, don't forget your mop and bucket.
Oh, but they cut to them in the bathrooms, like with him with the mop and bucket, like about to clean the toilets. And then they cut to this segment, and the bucket and mop is still on the fucking stage. And it's not like even the cameramen notice it and try to like make sure that it doesn't get seen. They don't care. They're just showing it. They're just showing that it's there. They don't even try to avoid it.
No. This show's not done very well. What else you got, Amy?
Quote from Pope during Lashley versus Bram: "This is a match that could main event any pay-per-view."
I remember hearing that, and my favorite part of that was Josh having to remind Pope that Pope is supposed to hate Lashley.
Yeah, I have a note here that says Josh Matthews pointing out that Pope should hate Lashley. Josh, you are the literal worst.
Well, to be fair, no,
but you shouldn't point that out. You shouldn't make it obvious like that. Like, you know what I mean? You shouldn't be like, "Hey, your character's not making sense right now."
I mean,
also, Josh Matthews says at one point, "Bram's story is well told. No one's story is well told." That was my brain going off. I also know that Lashley's headband pisses me off.
Lashley, I think, super glues his head.
But
if you watch any Lashley segment, yeah, but like when he wears hats, they don't come off.
Yeah, but the band kept coming off, and he kept fucking with it during the match. I'm like, why are you even wearing it? I don't know. So also spoiler alert, Eli Drake wins the King of the Mountain title. Who the fuck cares? Eli's having a party in a storage unit. Like he literally, like, I'm gonna go party right now by myself, and just walked into a storage unit.
Yeah, see, I thought they were going to do something with this, and that was gonna be like someone's trailer.
But it literally like I said, it literally looks like one of those storage units that you rent out to put your stuff in when you're moving.
It was probably the hair and makeup truck.
God. And I noted here, ... What was the logic of making Bennett the ref in the tag match?
Yeah, no, it didn't make any sense.
He didn't do anything.
Nope, he just reffed the match.
He just reffed the match, but he wasn't being a heel. Like, he didn't help Spud and Tyrus at all. Like,
he hesitated to count once or twice,
and he was like thinking about not ringing the bell when Spud was tapping out, and then he's like, "Okay, then I'll ring the bell."
Yeah, but Bennett has no friends.
Yeah, but what's the point of even if this is like, we're gonna punish Mike Bennett? How does this punish him? This just like mildly inconveniences him.
It doesn't even humiliate him because he didn't have to like dress as a referee. He just literally had to throw on a different shirt.
Yeah, it's like, why do I care about how this is affecting him?
Yeah, no, none of that really worked, unfortunately.
Another quote from EC3 for the knockouts part. Girl A, girl B, don't care. EC3, and I just wrote EC3 accidentally expressing how TNA feels about Allison Kay and Cherry Bomb.
To be fair, he's kind of not wrong.
But that's the sad thing. Like, that's the thing that sucks.
No, I know, but if he had said that on Twitter, we would have laughed.
I wouldn't have laughed either.
I would have laughed.
I think it's sad. Those are two talented actors.
But it's him being
like, I'm not trying to brain down on EC3.
I mean, but he's being a dick to heels. That makes sense.
I guess.
It makes sense to me. It's like when a face talks down to like if, let's say, if the Usos were heels, no one would tell them apart. You know what I mean? Like,
this isn't even close to the same thing because they're not anywhere. They don't look alike at all. But it's my point is, like, I don't know. Maybe I would have felt differently about this if they went out of a way about doing it other than, hey, EC3, you're just going to run the show today.
Yeah, no, I mean, them announcing it was very
if he tricked Bennett and Maria in some way and got the position, but they're just like, oh, no, you're going to be in charge now because they're going to get their comeuppance now. Like, that doesn't like, if I'm a mark or I'm a fan in that way, like, that doesn't satisfy me.
No.
Like, yay, you got your comeuppance, but you only got it because...
And, like, if I'm EC3, I make Bennett run my own gauntlet stuff.
Yeah, like, he didn't...
Like, hey, Mike, you made me relive all my past sins. That's fine. I accept that. But here's what you're going to do. First, you're going to wrestle James Storm. Then you're going to wrestle Jeff Hardy. And then you're going to wrestle Drew Galloway. Like, all in one show.
That also fixes the fucking problems with, like, people getting buried during the show. Like,
yeah.
I just wrote, There's a botch in the tag match. Allie and Sienna clearly make contact when Allie tries to run away. Earl Hebner says there's no tag. Cherry Bomb is wrestling in a pencil skirt with no shoes on. Come on.
And
I understand she's in character, but I felt so bad for her.
So do I. And I love Allie's one of my favorite parts of the whole Maria thing. She needs to not scream every 2 minutes during her match.
Here's the thing: it's funny because she's done that in the Independence. That's the thing she does, and it's funny. Like it's a nice little thing she adds. It's just I don't know. It gets lost because of the commentary. Because it just sounds like ambient noise of screaming.
Yeah.
Like if the commentators
the screaming doesn't have purpose. If she was screaming every time she was running away or trying to tag Sienna back in, okay, that's fine. That makes sense. But it just sounded like constant screaming.
Or if the commentators made more of a note of it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because it just when the commentators are just talking over it, it sounds like fucking like ambient noise that's annoying. You know what I mean? One point, Pope calls Gail Kim a fighting champion. Guys, Jade is right there. He literally calls her a fighting champion. He's not the champion.
Just everything about the knockout submission is kind of wrong.
And don't worry, guys. They did mention some stuff about Jade. At one point, Josh Matthews says Jade has studied in a lot of different arts and crafts.
I'm sure those arts were martial in nature.
Okay, I'm gonna get to this later. Maybe I won't talk. I'll talk about this off air. But I watched a bit of TNA Victory Road one night only.
Okay.
Josh Matthews.
Why did you do that?
Because it literally just came up on YouTube and like stuff. I was like, oh, you should also watch this. Josh Matthews doesn't know how to make points about wrestlers. But I'll explain that to you afterwards.
No, I get it.
Okay. Because Marty Bell has a match, and he literally just comes out and he's like, Marty Bell, he's from the Dominican Republic. Has a background in dance.
You know what it is?
Like that's literally how he was sounding and how he was saying it.
Eamon, do you know what it is? It's bright, bold colors, preferred by teachers. Yeah, that's how quickly Josh Matthews reads.
It's literally
that's what it is.
It sounds like he's searching through like a textbook on Marty Bell and trying.
He's literally looking at Wikipedia. That's what he's doing. He's bringing up Marty Bell's Wikipedia and he's scanning for interesting topics. It's like if I took the back of this and it was just like, in case of overdose, get medical help. Take 2 caplets every 6 hours.
It really sounds just like that, and it's
he's just skimming a Wikipedia page. He does like they don't have notes.
Like Josh, and I'm not going to make this about me, but like I put a minimum amount of effort in my job, and I don't sound like that when I do commentary.
Yeah.
I also noted when EC3 said it'd be a miracle if he showed up sober. I honestly think the crowd thought he meant Jeff Hardy.
I thought he meant Jeff.
Because the crowd goes, oh, is it going to be? And then James Storm music hits, and you can almost hear like a, oh.
Yeah, and everyone was like, oh, yeah.
Like, who did you think?
We forgot he worked here. Dude, I didn't think James Storm. I didn't think James Storm at all. He was the last person that came to my mind.
Like, literally, there was a lady standing right next to EC3 that as soon as he said that, she, like, got all excited, and James Storm's music hit, and she just went, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Like, I think they thought that it was Jeff.
Sorry about your damn choices.
Quickly, just going to run the last things from the Grado Al Snow stuff. Al saying, we don't need to rely on weapons or gimmicks. Fuck off.
Mm-hmm. That is literally all of Al Snow's professional career.
Al Snow is the guy who goes out on shoot interviews and talks about how, exposing the business. You got to protect the business. You got to do all this stuff, to protect the business. And you're saying shit like that?
Hey, Eamon, Eamon, and this legitimate question I have. What are the names of...
Don't even with me. It's like Braxton something and like... I don't even
You want to know how bad these names are to pronounce? They didn't get a title card.
No,
I still do not know how to spell them, let alone pronounce them.
there's like a bunch of shit. I'm not even gonna try. They play. I know that they play footage from Snow and Grado on the Titantron, which they rarely ever do, and it doesn't even fit the whole screen.
Yeah, no. And the reason they don't do that is because there's always different audiences for the tapings.
Mm-hmm.
My bet is the only reason that they did it this time was because it was the same audience that saw the first Al Snow and Grado stuff.
Yeah.
Which, my condolences, that audience.
So I can't remember what he said, but he said something really stupid. I just wrote, "For fuck's sake, Shira." Like Grado said something and he interrupted him, or he said something like about how he doesn't speak English or something like that. I'm like, be the biggest fucking stereotype of an Indian person. Like, just do that, Shira. Fucking amazing.
Yeah. All right, Eamon.
That's my.
Are you done with your notes?
Yes. Let's fucking talk about this.
Okay. So, for those of you who haven't been watching Impact or, following the internet at all in the past day or so, Eamon's bad is the Matt and Jeff Hardy stuff. Eamon, I'm going to let you run first, and I will pepper in my comments here and there. Because you legitimately called this from day one. And I cannot believe it.
Well, I didn't call it.
You called it. I called it.
Sort of. You know what, Mike, all I'm going to say is I'm really glad that Tommy Wiseau is still getting work.
No, you know what? I've seen The Room. This is worse than The Room.
This is really bad. Here's the thing. Everyone's sharing because let's just recap it real quick. Matt Hardy, they do these like what's supposed to be, and I'm using air quotes, cinematically shot scenes where Matt Hardy has invited Jeff Hardy to his house to sign the contract for Slammiversary. And they do these like dramatic scenes of like Jeff Hardy on his motorbike, like going to Matt's house. Which, by the way, if you know the story of the two, they live next door to each other.
Yes.
Like,
that's why Jeff rode a dirt bike there.
Yeah.
It'd be. I was hoping it'd be really funny if there were like booby traps outside the Hardy compound.
Just explosions going off.
Yeah, like Matt literally planted landmines.
Okay. Jeff makes it to Matt's house. Rebby's leaving with Maxwell. Rebby's upset. He says, I can't get through to him. Spud can't talk to him. No one's going to talk to him. I'm done with this. Leaves. And Jeff's response to this is, go! Leave! Okay, dude, whatever. She seems distressed holding a baby, and you're going to yell at her. Great. And then he walks into Matt's house. And there's candles, and Matt's playing the piano, and there's been a lot of great video editing from our good friend Lek TKO on Twitter of that scene. But then they're like, what are you waiting for? Like yelling at each other. And then Matt says, we're going to start this where we began. And then Matt leaves, goes out of his house to like a barn. And there's just some random dude like trimming the hedges or whatever. And he's just like, everything okay, Matt? And he's like, yeah. And then that had no bearing in this whole thing. And they go to their ring or whatever that's in like a warehouse or something. And here's the thing. Everyone's talking about the baby scene. Everyone's talking about how horrible and awful that whole baby part of it is. But nobody's talking about the fact that like they go like the tables are like right next to the ring. And then when Matt leaves, like tries to roll out of the ring, his head gets caught on the bottom rope. Mm-hmm. Nobody even talks about that. They weren't like, oh, let's reshoot that again. And then they're just like, what are you waiting for? Yelling at each other, circling each other with the camera, yelling about stupid stuff. Matt's doing his dumb fucking English accent. And then Matt gets back in the ring at one point and says something. Jeff's on the apron. Rebby walks in, just throws her baby at Jeff Hardy.
Eamon, I swear to God, it was like 2 a.m. when I watched this. I almost called you. I almost called you and be like, dude, prop baby is real.
And they show the shot of it, and it's a baby doll that's just got tape wrapped around it, like so, and hair placed on top. And then Matt nails Jeff in the head with a bottle, and then I don't even know. He doesn't even do like someone said it was a twist of fate, but it was,
no, he did a side effect. He did a side effect.
It wasn't even really it was more like a rock bottom, like.
Well, I mean, that's what the side effect is. It's just essentially a layout uranagi.
But he puts him through the table. And I say through the table. This isn't like a wrestling match table.
No.
This is a heavy-duty like dinner table. It's like circular. And by the way, as he's doing this, the camera goes slow-mo for some fucking reason.
The camera goes slow-mo because it would not look good in regular time.
And they yell, like Matt Hardy says it's going to something about Slammiversary. And this is how Impact ends, by the way. Mm-hmm. And Matt Hardy goes on Twitter afterwards and says that that Jeff was laying in a pool of his own blood.
There was no blood.
They didn't show any of that. You would think you would show that if that was what actually happened. And that's how Impact ends. If you want to see this, there's a full director's cut version that Impact Wrestling posted because they're actually proud of this.
And if you want to see something better, follow @LegKickTKO on Twitter. She has been dubbing over different songs to Matt Hardy's piano playing. And Eamon, I'm not sure which one was your favorite, but the one I suggested to her, I have literally watched the video 30 times. I tweeted out through the Mayhem show. I put it on our Facebook page. I tweeted out on my own personal Facebook page, my own personal Twitter account. It's basically Matt Hardy playing the Disturbed version of The Sound of Silence.
I really like the one of him playing Inagata Vita.
Inagata Vita was really, really good too. Like, I almost want someone to, like, we were on a kick maybe a couple months ago where it would be the start of a normal song and then it would kick right into Bare Naked Ladies 1 week.
Yeah.
Like, I just want to hear like a few piano notes and then it's been.
That's a Bobby of J-Town thing. So yeah, thank you, Bobby.
But
okay.
Oh man, the Hardys should never act.
I'm going to because I'm trying to think how to best put this in the words.
You know the sad part about this is Jeff's not bad in this. Jeff's Jeff's part in this whole thing, like his stuff talking about the Willow stuff, has not been bad. It is Matt doing the most god awful acting I've ever seen in my life.
It's like that's like comparing a normal like bowel movement to like a diarrhea shit. Like it's a little more well put together.
No, because Eamon, diarrhea shit comes out easily.
Actually, yeah.
We're gonna compare this to
reverse it. Matt Hardy's acting is like if you were dehydrated. Like okay.
No, we're gonna compare this to having food poisoning.
Food poisoning, yeah.
Because you have stuff coming out of both ends, and you don't know when it's going to end, but you know you're going to be in pain the entire time.
I have spent so long, all of like a day and a half, trying to come up with a way to properly emote how I felt. And I can't personally. I'll take something from someone you may or may not know in the wrestling world. Mr. Brian Alvarez and just say, -5 stars. This segment and this whole show. This is. I can't even with this. Like, and this is the thing that people are, for the most part, not most part. There are people out here who are defending this segment who think that Ricochet and Will Ospreay doing 1,000,000 flips in a match is killing the wrestling business. And that fucking infuriates me to no end. Yeah. I don't give a fuck what Jeff or Matt Hardy did in the fucking 2000s. I don't care. They should not be paid money to execute the way they've been executing and to be given the free range to do this. Because this is not okay. This reads of this is something that Jeff and Matt have come together on and have taken the story and in this direction. This is not anyone in TNA's doing, I feel.
Oh no, this has all the earmarks of two crazy Carolinian boys got together and wrote a play.
Because we knew, like, when Matt turned heel that they were going to do Jeff and Matt. We knew this. And we weren't happy about it, but we're like, okay, whatever.
Honestly, the big money Matt stuff I think was working.
If this was like just TNA's product, like it wouldn't be amazing, but it would not be this. This is what happens when you give guys. You can't tell guys no.
And you can't tell either of them no because they make too much money. They're probably the highest earners in TNA right now.
And that is ridiculous. That's utterly fucking ridiculous. I'm sorry, whoever put that together. Someone who says that they're inside with TNA. I posted a Facebook post about this, and somebody commented about how like this was produced by Jeremy Borash or whatever. I still believe it was produced by the Hardys. I feel like this has the Hardys' hands all over it.
Yeah.
And whoever put this together, you should be ashamed of yourself.
Eamon, did you watch the WWE produced thing, like where they split up into Matt and Jeff? Like it was the Twist of Fate. Like there was one DVD that was all about Jeff and one DVD that was all about Matt. It felt like this.
Yeah.
But not as well produced.
Right. I'm so infuriated by this. Like, it felt so backyard bullshit. And this is TNA, this is on a television network. You know what I mean? This is fucking on television. There are other companies who don't have television deals. TNA does. And this is what they're producing on their show. I know the politically correct thing, and I know the thing as wrestlers or wrestling fans or people in the business is to be like, no, I don't want TNA to go away because it gives people jobs, and I don't want people to lose their jobs. But you know what? With this and with all the fucking financial bullshit that I've heard about them owing people like 6 figures and shit, like, no. They do not need to be around anymore.
No, see, the thing is, I don't want TNA to go away. I want Dixie to go away.
What is this? No. Dixie had no hand in this.
Dixie,
I guarantee.
Dixie is the one that let it happen. She may not have had a damn thing to do with producing this.
But
she's the one that gave them the free reign.
You're saying that other people came up to her and were like, oh, Dixie, you shouldn't do this. You should look at this actually and say, no, don't do this. Or do you think
No, see, I'm saying if Dixie goes, then the creative team will be retooled.
I don't think that
it's the behind the scenes people that all need to go away.
I don't know. Just like you can't blame Vince for everything, I don't think you can blame Dixie for everything. Yes, she's not the smartest. Yes, she's the head or whatever. But the fact that this got through. Even in TNA, there has to be multiple channels of people, and nobody said, "Hey guys, no, like this can't go out." I'm like, you can't blame Dixie. Like I in general, yeah, TNA is fucking terrible, and yes, Dixie's the head of it. But like, there's so many other factors going on here, and it's like, I am just so sick and tired of seeing this and being like, oh, having it, lump this in with wrestling. You know what I mean? Like, it's so, I hate it so much. This is the first time an episode of Impact has like really infuriated me. Like, and this managed to achieve it. Like, I can't even with this show. I can't even anymore. Congratulations, TNA. And I know this isn't your go-home show, but I wasn't amazingly excited for your pay-per-view, but now you have actively made me make sure that I do not watch it.
Yeah, I mean, this could be their go-home, you're drunk show.
I don't see how anything they do next week can improve the fucking mess this show was.
It wasn't good. It wasn't good. All right, Eamon.
They don't get a ranking from me. They don't deserve a ranking.
They don't even get a ranking.
No, because we've done the thing before where it's like you're ranked 13th or whatever.
Yeah.
No, you don't get a number. Fuck you. People get ranked when they put in an ounce of fucking effort. How about that, TNA?
Wow.
Sorry.
There's a reason Eamon wants to do this one first. He wants to get all of his negativity out.
I don't want to. I'll be happy when I talk about NXT and Lucha. I swear. But
okay. I'm gonna go with a ranking of 4.
Again,
keep in mind,
I saw it this week.
I saw 3 shows. But I'm going to actually, you know what? I'll give it a ranking of 5 because Ninja Turtles was better than this, and that had 2 wrestlers in it, or a wrestler and an actor who has wrestled.
Guess what? And maybe because I'm a mark and I work for this company, Inspire Pro Wrestling ranks higher than TNA, and we've been on hiatus for a few months. How about that?
I'm pretty sure I've been in E-Feds that have ranked higher than TNA at this point.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. So, Eamon, where can the good people find you? And more importantly, where can people who love TNA find you to slander you?
Twitter, I guess. If you want to slander me, whatever. I really don't care. Like, if you really think that segment this week was good, like, I don't know what to tell you. I honestly don't know what to tell you. But yeah, Eamon2 please on Twitter. Go follow me.
All right. Also follow Inspire Pro Wrest for real wrestling.
Yeah, we're coming back very soon.
Yeah. You can follow me at MadMike4883 on the Twitter machine. Also, join our Facebook group. We're going to be talking a lot about TNA, I'm sure. But yeah, also feel free to look up us on Twitter at Mayhem Show. Look for the hashtag MM when I live tweet Impact and react to whatever TNA is going to be putting out next week. And tell me if you think I'm wrong. I don't think I am, but tell me if you think I am. And definitely tell me if you have any messages for Eamon. So, Eamon, do you have anything else before I sign us off?
I want to talk about how great Scott Dawson is. Let's fucking end this show.
Okay, so for Eamon Paton, I'm Mad Mike, and this has been your Midweek War.